वेलकम स्टूडेंट्स टू द एक्सीलेंट कोचिंग सेंटर। अगर आप पहली बार हमारे चैनल पे आए हो तो सब्सक्राइब करें, ऑल बटन दबाएं और सारी नोटिफिकेशंस अपने मोबाइल स्क्रीन पे पाएं। हमारे वीडियोस को लाइक करें और शेयर करें।
Good morning, students, and welcome to the class of chemistry, class 10th. As we were dealing about the carbon compounds, and we have discussed about the two chemical properties of the carbon compounds. The first was the combustion reaction, and the second was the substitution reaction. Today we are going to see about the third type of reaction, that is the addition reaction. Now, as the name says, addition reaction, that means we are going to add some atoms or molecules into the given carbon compound. As in the case of substitution reaction, we have seen that the atom is being replaced. That means we are doing the displacement reaction there. But in this case, we are going to add the atoms without replacing any other atom. And this is the case only for the unsaturated carbon compounds. And why unsaturated carbon compounds? Because they have double bond or triple bond with them. So when we have a triple bond in the carbon compound, the double bond breaks down into single bond, and this breaking will lead to the free pair of electrons. This breaking will make one pair of electron free. Suppose we have a double bond in a hydrocarbon, then this single bond will break down. And on breaking, what happens? One electron becomes free. Thus, the other atom can make their position. So we have not replaced any atom from here, just we have added the atom. If we have a triple bond compound, the similar case happens. Double bond first of all break into triple bond, first break double bond, electron becomes free, and the atom adds here. Again, the double bond breaks into single bond, and again the electron becomes free. So we can add up the atoms, and these atoms can be the heteroatoms. These atoms can be the hydrogen also. So we can say in short that the reaction in which an unsaturated hydrocarbon combines with another substance, that can be an atom, a molecule, to give a single product is called addition reaction. So alkenes and alkynes, they show the addition reaction. Now, what is the importance of the addition reaction? Before going on to the addition, onto the application, we are going to see the example that how atoms are going to add up in this addition reaction. We have seen unsaturated compounds, and on addition of heteroatoms or the hydrogen, what happens? We are getting the saturated hydrocarbons or hydrocarbons. Example we can take, suppose we have ethene, C2H4. Ethene is your double bond compound with 4 hydrogen and 2 carbon attached in a double bond. Now, if we are going to add hydrogen, then what happens? The double bond breaks down and makes electron free. So when the electrons are free, what happens? We are getting C2H6. So the alkene converted to alkyne. But this reaction, for the addition reaction to take place, there must be some catalyst to be used. This catalyst can be the nickel, the palladium. We use here nickel as a catalyst. Okay. So what we find, that in addition reaction, the double bond or the triple bond compound, they are converted to the single bond compound. If we try with the other heteroatom, suppose if we are going to add in place of hydrogen, we will add bromine. Suppose we are adding now here bromine. What we get? C2H4 Br2, because here we have bromine being attached. We have C2H4 Br2. So this is the addition reaction where we are converting the double bond or triple bond compound into single bond compound, or we can say that we are converting the unsaturated fats or double bond compound, triple bond compound into alkanes, that is saturated fats. Now, why we are converting it? That is the main question, that why, what is the need for conversion of these compounds to alkanes? The conversion, we see the application, that why we need to convert. Suppose in the addition reaction, if we add hydrogen, the case of addition reaction, if we are adding hydrogen, we have C2H4 and we are adding hydrogen to make C2H6. So addition of hydrogen to make other compound into set compound is termed as hydrogenation. If you remember in lesson second, while the chlor-alkali process, we were making the sodium hydroxide. In the chlor-alkali process, we were making sodium hydroxide. Now the reaction, if you remember, we get NaOH plus S2 plus Cl2. And in the use of hydrogen, you might have seen that to prepare the margarine, we use the hydrogen produced here. How? So S2 produced reacts with the unset compound to give the set compounds. Hence, we get the margarine. Now, what is margarine? We have seen about the refined oil, the dalda, vanaspati. Yeah, these are all substances. They are termed as margarine, butter, fat. No. So, application of hydrogenation. What is the application of hydrogenation? It is used to prepare vegetable ghee from the vegetable oil. Vegetable oils are they are unsaturated fats or oil. And on hydrogenation, they are converted to vegetable ghee. And these are saturated hydrocarbons or fats. Okay. These vegetable oil, they are unsaturated fats which are converted to set fats by hydrogenation. They are in liquid state at room temperature, whereas they are found in solid state at room temperature. So why prepare? The preparation of margarine is due to is economical, we can say, because it is economical, as most of the people they can't they cannot prefer or they can afford the expensive vegetable oil and ghee. So what we do, we convert them and make a cheap, not too costly but economical refined oil or the ghee, dalda, vanaspati. So people can use them. That's why we are converting them into the ghee. But there is one disadvantage also. What disadvantage it has? That these vegetable ghee have a small shelf life. They cannot exist for a longer period. They have a very small shelf life. So to increase their shelf life, what we do? We add in them preservatives. We add in them preservatives which are increasing their shelf life. But due to this preservative, they are dangerous. Not too dangerous, but it's going to affect the health because we use here sulfur to preserve it. And we know sulfur is very dangerous. We use sulfur in the matchstick. So it is very dangerous. So the vegetable ghee, if you eat vegetable ghee like dalda, naspati, what happens the next day? You will say, oh, the stomach is upset and having loose motion. It happens generally. These are having small shelf life. We are adding the preservative. It's a very harmful for the health. Now, suppose if we have been given the two kinds of hydrocarbons and we don't know which is the unsat fat and which is the sat fat. Yeah. How are we going to differentiate whether it is ghee or the oil? Means it is a single bond or a double bond or triple bond compound. How we are going to differentiate between them? We are going to use a chemical, an element, a non-metal, which has a differentiating color. Like if you have heard about the only liquid non-metal, the only liquid non-metal, that is the bromine. So we are going to use here bromine. Bromine will differentiate, help us to distinguish between the double bond compound, triple bond compound, or single bond compound. How it is going to differentiate? So bromine, the color of bromine is red brown. If you have remembered that the color of bromine is red brown. Now, what we have to do in this? Suppose we have been given two kinds of compound. We have been given the unsat compound and we have been given the sat compound. Now, if we are going to add bromine in this sat compound, sat means short form of saturated. So, if we have been given sat compound, we are adding the bromine in that, then they are not going to give addition reaction, but they are going to give substitution reaction only when there is energy. So, we are going to do this reaction in a dark room away from sunlight. So we are going to add bromine water in this sat compound and we will say no color change. That means that bromine color is same as previous. It was red brown. Nothing has been changed. We will say the fine, we will say the color only. That means there is no reaction. It is a sat compound. But when we are going to add a sat compound with bromine, it is going to add and will form a new compound and the property of the bromine, the color, will fade away. We will see the colorless compound form. A colorless compound form. That means the given compound where the bromine get discolorized. Wherever the compound which reacts with the bromine gets discolorized, we can say that compound is unsat compound. But if the compound does not get the bromine to change its color, then we can say that compound is sat compound. Yeah. So we can differentiate between the two by using this bromine. There may be a question also. There can be a question that how will you distinguish between cooking oil and butter? How you are going to distinguish between butter and cooking oil? Cooking oil is vegetable oil, so it is unsat compound. Whereas butter, it is a single bonded compound. So we will find out that butter will not discolorize the bromine, whereas cooking oil is going to discolorize the bromine. So in this we can differentiate also between the unsat and sat compounds. Now, in short, let me recall about the addition reaction, the reaction in which an unsat compound or hydrocarbon combines with another substance to give a single product is called addition reaction. Alkenes and alkynes, they are going to show addition reaction. And The addition reaction done with the help of hydrogen is termed as hydrogenation. So the addition of hydrogen to a unset compound to obtain a set compound is called hydrogenation. And application of this hydrogenation, that it is used to prepare vegetable oil, vegetable ghee from vegetable oil. Such fats are not good for health because they are harmful as they contain sulfur or lead acetate used to preserve them due to their short shelf life. Now, how we can distinguish between the set compound and unset compound? We will use the bromine water. Bromine water is red brown in color. So what happens when we are going to add bromine water is added to unset compound, it gets decolorized. But addition of bromine water to set compounds has no effect on the color. So we can easily distinguish between the unset and set compound. This is all about the addition reaction. Keep revising. We will see you in the next class. Till the time, have a happy Deepavali and thank you.